We met when I was hired to work at Evangel, which was his family's bookstore, and he was my boss, one of my bosses. Maybe it was scandalous, but we started dating probably within the first couple months that I was working there.
Married within a year since we met. Well, we were on vacation in Hawaii, having a wonderful time, and got the best news of all, discovering that Jen was pregnant. And I remember sitting on the beach and taking a picture and enjoying the sunset and just the idea of, wow, we're going to be parents. And that lasted one day.
I saw the doctor as soon as we got home, and he confirmed that things didn't look right and that I needed to be put on bed rest. And ultimately, they discovered that I was carrying twins, but there were problems. The girls were diagnosed with pretty significant heart defects. So Devin had her first open heart surgery when she was 3 months old. Her problems were much more severe than Lindsay's, so we were really worried about that. But she came through, and it was very successful, and we came home. Went back up 6 weeks later for Lindsay's. Hers was supposed to be a very simple surgery. We felt pretty confident going into that, but she died in recovery from that. And that was really shocking because God had really done so many miracles. And I don't say that word lightly, but he really had done miracles to bring about her birth specifically. When Devin was 2, she had to have her second open heart surgery. And over the years, she had many other heart procedures. At 9, she had her third open heart surgery. When she was 17, it was determined that she would need her fourth. That surgery did turn into a nightmare. She had 5 cardiac arrests. Because of the cardiac arrests, she lost the use of her kidneys. And after 3 months or so of being in the hospital, she did come home with total renal failure.
Well, I came home from the hospital with a very different life than I expected. I was required to be at dialysis every other day for several hours at a time. And then a few months later, we got the really devastating news that I was not eligible for a kidney transplant. So dialysis was going to be my life. 3.5 years into dialysis, I was at my regular treatment, and a doctor was looking over my latest lab results. And she asked me a strange question, which was, why are you here? And then she just followed it with, based on these numbers, you don't need to be here anymore. So really the only explanation was that God had chosen to miraculously heal my kidneys. All of a sudden, my world opened up, and as a celebration, I traveled to Europe with a friend of mine, and then later on spent some time at Devynne Fellowship in England. Really, my goal in going there was to learn how to communicate and gain confidence in sharing my story. I didn't know what that would look like in the future, but just to gain that confidence. Most of my life, people have responded to my story with just like, wow, God's gonna do something special, or I can't wait to see what He's gonna do in your life. I may never become a conference speaker or write a best-selling autobiography or anything that seems really big and special like that. I know now that as long as I'm living faithfully, trusting the Lord, loving Him, that my life will glorify God in that way, and that's all that matters.
There's been such a constant, steadfast trust in the Lord that I've seen in Devin, and I saw that back then and I see it even more now. Devin is not fearful about anything because she just knows where her hope lies. And I truly believe that if I wouldn't have grown up in this family and undergone those years of suffering, that I would not be nearly as equipped to face that in the future, and that I would not see my need for Jesus like I do now.
The best change that I've ever seen in the lives of my family are because of this. If I had the choice, if God said, He gave me the choice, I would never choose this in a million years. But I can look back and thank Him for it. I'm very thankful for all that we've been through, because I love who my daughters are. I love who my wife is because of all of this.
Devin's story is unfinished. Devin still has challenges ahead. Devin still has heart surgeries ahead. Our trust in the Lord cannot be tied to a specific outcome. I trust the Lord because He is good. He has proven Himself over and over and over again to be faithful, no matter what.